Okay, guys, a while back, because we're kind of talking about government and taxes and whatnot. A while back, a few years ago, probably 2 or 3 years ago, I told you that I would talk to you about taxes, right? Property tax, okay? And income tax. Income tax did not even happen until 1913. There was no income tax until 1913. It was a big scam. Federal Reserve is a scam. The Federal Reserve is not a part of the United States. They named it Federal Reserve to fool you, okay? They named it Federal Reserve to fool you. It's actually a branch off of a Swiss bank in, I believe it's Bern, Switzerland. So it's a branch off of a bank in Switzerland, Federal Reserve. They created it just for this scheme so that they could put everybody in the U.S. in debt to them, okay? 97 cents or more is interest on every dollar. 97 cents plus is interest on every dollar borrowed against it, right? So I'm not a dollars and cents person. I didn't study accounting. I have several people in the extended family who are finance and accounting experts, international experts. Well, when we talk about property tax is what keeps us enslaved to the system. Property tax is what keeps us enslaved to the system, and income tax is just the icing on top of the cake, okay? So they don't need our tax money because they made it to where they can print whatever they want and hold us accountable for it, right? It must be nice, I guess, to be in the government when you can spend money that somebody else they're forcing someone else to pay back. Well, I'm not paying it back anymore. I'm not. So you should take that step too. Don't pay them back anymore. Just stop. So people always say, how do we get roads and bridges built if we do not have taxes? Well, it might be a little bit difficult for you to wrap your head around it first, but we're going to try to get this. We're going to try to get this sorted out for you here and convey this to you to where it's a little easier to digest. And in this particular case, unlike flat earth, I'm not trying to talk down to you. I'm not trying to say that you're dumb. I am just saying that a lot of people don't know how this will work, and so I'm going to try to enlighten you on how things get done without being taxed to death, okay? And so that people have more money in their pockets and the economy will grow, okay? This is how you grow your economy, okay? I need you to really listen to me here. You really need to listen, and you really need to take notes. And this could go all the way to the governor level of the state, of every state in this union. Here's the way you do it. First of all, we have to acknowledge that someone's property is their property, and that any time that someone is taxed on it, it's extortion. So if the state says you're going to pay me property tax, and if you don't, I'm going to fine you or I'm going to jail you. That's extortion. If the county says you're going to pay me property tax, and if you don't pay me property tax, I'm going to put a lien on your property and I'm going to charge you fines until we take your property. That's extortion. That is extortion. Okay? It's extortion. That is slavery. That means you are enslaved to pay that tax no matter what, whether you have a job or not. That's enslavement. So we need to get rid of property tax and we need to get rid of income tax. That's just the start. Okay? Now, we have to divide taxes into two categories. Taxes that we pay voluntarily. Hear me out. Taxes that we pay voluntarily and taxes that we do not pay voluntarily. Now, despite what Harry Reid said, we do not pay taxes voluntarily. I saw him talking with someone in an interview, and he continued over and over and over to say that people pay taxes voluntarily. We do not pay taxes voluntarily. If you do not pay taxes, they are going to fine you, imprison you, take your property, whatnot. We do not pay taxes voluntarily. Nobody in their right mind pays taxes voluntarily. Nobody. So when we talk about voluntary tax and involuntary tax, involuntary tax is tax that you just don't pay willingly. You don't want to pay it. You shouldn't have to pay it. For instance, people that do not have children should not be paying school tax. Let the people that have children pay school tax. You shouldn't have to pay it. Right? Anybody who has a logical mind will say, I agree with you. We who do not have children should not have to pay school tax. Anybody that says any type of a statement like, for the greater good, that's communism. Okay? You need to get that out of your mind. You have to change your way of thinking. Voluntary taxes are taxes that you pay on things that you don't really need. You could take them or leave them, but nobody's forcing you to pay the tax on it. That's a voluntary tax. If I don't have a dairy cow on my property and I want milk, I'm going to give you a scenario. I'm going to give you a scenario that there is no property tax and there is no income tax. Okay? I'm going to give you that scenario right now. That there is no property tax and no income tax. And I have a house and I have an acre of land and I have a dairy cow. This is a very small amount of things here. I have a house, roof over my head, a small amount of land, so I can grow my vegetables and whatnot. I have a dairy cow. I could get my own milk. I could grow my own vegetables. But let's say that I want something or I need something that I cannot produce from my own property. Then I have to go to the store. I go to the store and I buy something, it has tax on it. That tax is a voluntary tax. I'm paying that tax because I cannot produce that at my own property. I don't have it. I can't, ways or means to get it or whatnot. And I need that item, or I want that item. Mostly want. Okay, mostly want. So I go, and let's say I want cookies. Let's say I want cookies. I don't produce cookies at my house. I could, but let's just say for instance, I don't know how to bake anything yet, right? Let's just say that. So I go to the store and I want some cookies. And so I pay the price of the cookies plus there is a tax on those cookies because it's it's an item that I don't really need. I just want it, right? I want some cookies and milk, right? So I go to the store and I buy the cookies and I pay the extra tax which is on it to have them. But nobody's forcing me to pay it. That's something that I want. So that tax is what goes to your roads and bridges. You follow me? This is like a very basic scenario. I'm not trying to make you feel small-minded or anything. I'm just trying to convey the thought process here. Now, if you do not owe anybody taxes on your own property, and you have a solar system, you grow your own vegetables, you have your own dairy cow, you have your own well, you have your own meat animals, chickens, eggs, whatnot. If you have all of those things, I'm just kind of giving you a thought process here. If you have all of these things to take care of yourself and your family, do you need a job? Do you? Once you have all of these things to take care of your family, you may not even have to work. You go out and you get a job. At that point, you go out and you get a job because that gives you money to go out and buy some things that you may want and not need, okay? But you don't really need that job. You don't even need money at that point. If you could do everything on your own property, that's freedom, okay? That's freedom. Because they wouldn't be able to take it away from you if you're not paying property taxes. You could be sovereign on your own land. Nobody can come around and push you around and tell you anything. Okay? Nobody tells me anything anyway. I don't put up with that kind of crap. Right? I don't put up with government baloney. I do what I want. But, you see what I'm saying here. They still steal taxes from you for your property. It's theft. Okay? That's what it is. It's theft. I've only got about a minute left here. 2 minutes left. It's theft. So, quickly, I'm going to tell you. Now, you don't pay property taxes in this example that I have. You're not paying property taxes. You take care of yourself, whatnot, with everything that you grow and you whatnot on your place. And then you get a job. Let's say you didn't have to pay income tax because before 1913 there was no income tax. We've already explained how to make roads and bridges happen, right? So we don't have any income tax. What does that do? That gives each and every person who has a job more money to spend. More money to spend on things that they don't really need and they just want. And what does this do? It grows the economy. It grows the economy. Now I have extra money. I have money in my pockets now. I don't even need money, right? That's where I am when I have in our example, when I have a property where everything I need comes out of my land. My animals, my food, whatnot, okay? If I don't need anything outside of my own property, the money is just for getting things that I want. I can go and buy anything from anybody who produces something. They make money, and I have something nice that I like, see? And if there's no income taxes, I'm going to have at least double the money that I had back when I was being forced to pay income taxes, okay? That's extortion. So they're keeping us all poor on purpose. Putting everybody in the poorhouse on purpose. If you guys have questions, man, just drop me a line, okay? Because people really need to understand this, and we need to really get this to be a movement, a real movement, okay? I want this to get out there, and I want people to understand that we need to start making demands as a people. We need to get rid of property tax 100%. And it can't be disguised like school tax. They say, well, most of your property tax goes to schools. I don't have any kids. You don't have any kids. They don't have any kids. Okay, let's say, I'm just giving you an example. People that don't have any kids, why are they paying school tax? It's extortion. It's not, you know, forget about the common good crap. This is not communism, all right? Yeah, we need to change some things. Drop me a line if you have questions. We'll see you.